Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Skills Spiral. In this lecture, we will continue our previous topic, which was the stages of the writing process. And in this lecture, we will touch the final stage, which is editing and proofreading. Here, editing is also known as proofreading. Commonly, this is the very last stage of the writing process where we edit our draft and we proofread it. Now, this is the very final stage of writing process, but this stage is also known as the heart of writing process. It is known as heart of writing process because it gives soul to your writing. Here, the question will arise in your mind that why it has much importance. We will come to know the importance of proofreading or editing at the last of this lecture. Before that, let's touch that what editing and proofreading means and what we do in editing and proofreading stage. Here is the first point, that in this stage we carefully check the errors in our writing. Now, when a person is a writer, it's obvious that he will write novel, he will write book or a story. Whatever he write is a lengthy process. There are thousands of words in a story, novel or a book. So it is a common thing that writing such big quantity may rise some mistakes in your writing. Did you remember I said in previous lecture that don't touch the stage of editing at any other stage of the writing process? And here I will tell you why. This is because the editing stage is the stage where you check your errors of your writing, because it is very initial for your work before your work is published or your work is shared to the public. Now, this is the heart of the writing process, because if you will not do the editing to your writing, then it is common that you will share the draft which is full of the mistakes to your readers. So it is very important to check the errors in your writing. Now, going deeply into the reading or proofreading, that when exactly it occurs. As I said before, that we do plenty of mistakes during the writing, but here we will touch each and every mistake individually. So which mistakes can be occurred? The first mistake is the spelling mistake. Then whenever we write anything, then it is an obvious thing that we do writing mistakes. And the other thing is punctuation mistakes, that writing that whole paragraph or the whole book, we often do mistakes such as punctuation mistakes, spelling mistakes, and also the formatting issues. And the final one is your typography. We often do these mistakes during our writing. Now, coming to the formatting issues, that what are the formatting issues? The formatting issues are known as the issues which comes into your formatting. At the time of formatting the draft, we often do mistakes such as spaces and such as the words we used in our context, and paragraphs, that whenever there is need to change the paragraph but your paragraph is not changed, then it will say to be a formatting issue or formatting mistake. So going more deeply into it, there are symbols and marks which are used at the time of proofreading or at the time of editing. Whenever there is a draft of thousands of words in front of us, then it is very difficult to know that what should be edited or what should not be edited. Or in other words, we can't catch those mistakes. So here, this is the way which is commonly used during the proofreading or editing. This way is known as symbol or the marks. Now these are the common marks or the common symbols which are used at the time of proofreading. This will clear your mind that which symbol is used on the different occasions. So we will start from the first one. The first two symbols which you are watching, they are used at the time of when there is need to remove any word from any sentence. So after using this mark, the one it is removed and the result come is in front of you, that give it to me is changed into give it to me. Same as above, the commas, the full stops, they are also exempted from this mark. And the second symbol is used to correct any spelling or to close the gap. So here you are watching that proofread is changed into proofread without the spaces. And another is that capitalized symbol, and these words which are Sydney Opera House is changed into Sydney Opera House, but the H of the second one is capital. Another one is there that to make lowercase, the president's job is changed into the president's job, but the P of the president is not uppercase, it is lowercase in the result. Another symbol is that it adds the commas or something else into your words or into your paragraph. So here the after the no, the comma is missing in the first sentence, but in the second, which is the result, after using this symbol we are able to add the comma into this sentence, and this is known as when we add a letter. Commonly when the spelling mistakes are occurred, then this symbol is used and we add any missing alphabet into a word to complete its spelling. And this symbol is also used for that purpose, but it is when we have to use more than one alphabet into that word or that sentence. And the transpose symbol is used when we exchange the words, as you are watching that in the first sentence the example is given that there is it again, and the result is that there it is again. It is replaced by is and is replaced by it. And another important symbol is this, the new paragraph. Then whenever you need a new paragraph, you add that symbol to remember that you should have to add a new paragraph here. And the next one is to remove the paragraph. And the last two symbols are used for the spellings, that whenever you have used any half word in any paragraph or sentence, then you will use this symbol to remember that you should have to change the word here. So commonly these marks or symbols are used professionally at the time of proofreading or editing. This is for only one purpose, that to remember where you should have to make a change, that where you should have to change your paragraph, where you should have to change your spellings, or where you should have to change the punctuations. So if you are remembering these marks or the symbols, it is a good thing to remember, but if you are not remembering those, then just understand a general idea that what should be edited or what should be not. So moving forward, I have shown two paragraphs here which are changed after proofreading or editing. So here are some examples of the paragraph that which things are changed in that paragraph. The changings are exactly same as the previous one. The samples which we have read are used here. This is the second example of this, that how you should edit your paragraph or how you should edit your work. The first paragraph is the original one and this second paragraph is the edited one. So I will say you all that you must read these two paragraphs for purpose of understanding that whenever you are writing, then what things you should keep in your mind, or whenever you comes to at the stage of editing or proofreading, which steps are must and which steps or which corrections you should use during the process of editing of your context. The red marks at the in the second paragraph which are cutted, they are exempt from the first paragraph and they are exchanged with lines such as these lines. I know that it is a bit typical for you guys to understand symbols and to understand that how to apply them, but simply I want that you clear your minds that what you should have to do at the process of editing, or which changes are possible to change at the time of the editing, or which errors can be occurred during the writing of your context. So I think it is enough for today. I know that this is a bit lengthy lecture, but believe me, it will help you out during the editing of your context. So you can ask me for further queries on my Gmail account or on my WhatsApp number. Thank you very much.